Thank you for joining us for this month's virtual Curators Tour. I'm Jenna Gilley, Associate Curator of Exhibitions at the Fort Wayne Museum of Art, and I'll be your tour guide. Today we'll be looking at the exhibition, An American Renaissance in Fort Wayne, Muralists from the Allen County Courthouse, curated by Sachianari Rizzo and made possible through loans from the Memphis Brooks Museum of Art, the History Center, Allen County Fort Wayne Historical Society, and the Allen County Courthouse Preservation Trust. Beaux-Arts architecture was the dominant style in the U.S. used for civic buildings and private mansions during the period known as the American Renaissance, from 1876 to 1917. Architects and artists who studied abroad strongly identified with the Italian Renaissance, perceiving it as a high point in Western civilization. Majestic, new public buildings, state capitals, courthouses, and libraries were modeled after their Italian forebears to incite enthusiasm and civic pride. Inside, they were adorned with murals, sculptural reliefs, and ornamental decoration. Artists conceived their work to be educational and inspirational, complementing the architectural design in color, form, and subject matter to underscore the function and ideals the structures embodied. The Allen County Courthouse was built during this era, and its crown jewel is the collection of murals in the rotunda and courtrooms. This exhibition focuses on the drawings of muralists Carl Curators and Charles Holloway and their development of works on the themes of law and order, underlining the artwork's relationship with this remarkable temple of justice. Before looking at some of the incredible artwork in the Allen County Courthouse, we will discuss the building itself. Here we see a highly detailed and beautiful ink-on-paper rendering of the fourth iteration of the Allen County Courthouse by local architect Brentwood Tolan, titled Transverse Section on Line C Looking North and Transverse Section on Line D Looking North, sheet number 10. Tolan's vision for spatial organization, materials, technical specifications, and a call for opulent decoration inside and out is apparent. Note the many small sections which read ornamented. He's even added places where wrought iron fences should go, along with ceiling lights and a mail chute. Receiving praise for his drawing's detail and accuracy, a copy of this plan was even collected by the Louvre Museum in Paris. In 1997, Senior Curator Richard Murray of the Smithsonian American Art Museum remarked the Allen County Courthouse, quote, is among the finest Beaux-Arts style of public buildings in the nation, end quote. To safeguard the aging community treasure, the Allen County Courthouse Preservation Trust formed in 1994 and embarked on raising funds for a successful 8-year restoration project. Today, the Trust and the Allen County Board of Commissioners work closely together to steward this national historic landmark. Murals in two areas of the Allen County Courthouse are focused on in this exhibition: the circuit courtrooms and the rotunda. Murals were an integral design element during this period, forming a conscious link to the Italian Renaissance. Michelangelo, Raphael, and Titian epitomized Europe's tradition of elaborate murals. William G. Andrews Decorative Arts Co. contracted painters Charles Holloway and Carl Curators to produce allegorical and historically themed paintings to reinforce the role of the building and send powerful messages about the abstract principles of law, order, and justice. First, we will discuss the circuit courtroom completed by Carl Curators. Like many students of his generation, with limited opportunities for formal art training in the U.S., Carl Curators left to study abroad in 1869. During his 3-year stay in Europe, he was admitted to the elite École des Beaux-Arts in Paris, which provided a strong foundation in the study of the human form and promoted historical, mythological, and religious subjects. Curators returned to Paris to further his studies and career after teaching for 9 years at the St. Louis School of Fine Arts, Washington University. He experienced success on both sides of the ocean. Between 1885 and 1896, his paintings were annually accepted into the Paris Salon, often depicting religious themes. He also exhibited in Berlin, Munich, and in the U.S., The Minneapolis Industrial Exposition held his retrospective in 1891. A 1901 Fort Wayne Weekly Sentinel article commended William G. Andrews Decorating Co. for securing one of the most celebrated descriptive painters of this country for the Allen County Courthouse. He praised Guterres' work at the Library of Congress, where a high point in the artist's career was the commission to paint murals extending the length of the ceiling for the Congressional Reading Room. Although most of Guterres' experience was in easel painting, he recognized working on murals as an exciting challenge of the artist's creativity. His 14-panel frieze spans all 4 walls of the circuit courtroom at the Allen County Courthouse and resumes his fondness for allegory. The murals depicting law, order, justice, and arbitration are symbolically placed in the space for viewing in conjunction with the real-life judicial proceedings in the courtroom. We will take a closer look at the development of the mural Court as Mediator, positioned behind the defendants' and prosecutors' desks and facing the jury. In his first series of sketches, Guterres explores his ideas for figular groupings, particularly the center scene. Ideas include 2 angels leaning on a pediment with the words, "Thou shalt not kill," above them, and 2 other iterations where they appear to be swinging from a chandelier. In the end, as seen in this sketch, he strengthened his message by focusing the center formation on an angel using its protective wings to shelter 2 kneeling children, whom the artist envisioned to signify the home. The sacred hearth forms the background of the guardian angel's throne. A banner reading arbitration hovers above the guardian angel, reminding the members of the jury of the court's primary responsibility in handling disputes between 2 opposing parties. The angels on the sides of the central groups urge fighting men to stop their strife. Unlike the murals during the Renaissance, these works were completed on canvases in the artist's studio, seen in this image, then attached to the upper wall portion in the courtroom. Through the years, Guterres' circuit court murals faded. They were vigorously cleaned, and in 1946, a group of Works Progress Administration artists overpainted them. Combined, this caused irrevocable damage. Conservators concluded that only small sections of his original murals were possible to save. The Allen County Courthouse Preservation Trust elected to store the originals in their archives and hired Evergreen Architectural Arts to create the replicas displayed today by consulting preparatory drawings and photographs, shown in the exhibition. The other space we will discuss in the Allen County Courthouse is the prominent rotunda, painted by Charles Holloway. Holloway's life and career remain largely undocumented despite receiving commissions alongside artists with national repute. He received classical art training from Washington University in St. Louis. Given their overlap in time at the school, it's reasonable to assume that Holloway received instruction by the elder and more experienced Carl Guterres. Holloway was famous for his winning image in a newspaper competition that personified the spirit of Chicago, a confident female figure with the words, "I will," on her breastplate, and crowned with the phoenix in flames. This was a metaphor for the city rising from the ashes after the Great Chicago Fire of 1871. Although "I will" was not the official image for the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition, the motto endured in postcards, at the 1933 World's Fair in Chicago, and even in an Ellsworth Kelly sculpture in Lincoln Park. Holloway's works were largely figurative and thoughtfully added meaning to their architectural context. Painted on individual canvases measuring 1,500 square feet and weighing 800 pounds, in 4 allegorical themes using the human figure, Holloway demonstrates the necessity of governing laws and the ramifications without them in the Allen County Courthouse Rotunda. The 4 murals are Law and Order, Joy and Peace, Despotism, and War, which are clearly identified by the adjacent pendentives, triangular segments beneath a dome that connect the structure to the rest of the room. Here we will look at the process for creating Joy and Peace. Julian Peace is located in the east arch of the rotunda and demonstrates Charles Holloway's intention to harmonize with the architectural context. Peace is centrally located in the arch's highest point, indicative of her importance, surrounded by attending handmaidens scattering flowers on the people below. Ceres, the Roman goddess of harvest, who represents prosperity, is among a crowd of singing and dancing figures, symmetrically placed at the bases. A gifted draftsman, Holloway's descriptive contours give the human form definition, volume, and expression. A comparison with a photograph of the finished mural shows the remarkable transition with color, modeling, and other subtle changes. In a 1902 newspaper article, Holloway considered the Allen County Courthouse murals to be his finest works. However, like the circuit court murals, they degraded over time. By 1911, the murals were fading from the intense exposure to sunlight. During the Depression, artists employed through the Works Progress Administration gave the paintings a facelift, but used garish colors, harsh outlines, and grossly simplified forms in house paint, obscuring the once subtle handling of the figures. By the 1990s, the painted canvases were at risk of detaching from the walls. Conservators successfully secured them and restored Holloway's nuanced color and sensitive line quality in 1994. Thank you for joining me for this virtual Curators tour. We are so pleased to offer a deep dive into the artwork of one of the gems of our city. To see more works by Carl Gutierrez and Charles Holloway and learn more about the Allen County Courthouse, I encourage you to see An American Renaissance in Fort Wayne, Muralists from the Allen County Courthouse, in person before it closes on September 10th. To schedule a tour and see the beauty of the courthouse for yourself, call 260-449-4246 or email courthouse@co.allen.in.us. Self-guided walking tours are allowed during the courthouse's normal operating hours of 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday.